Having to do that though, think about it now. Having to do that and compete for another championship, you can't go to another team and then take max dollars thinking you're gonna be able to help. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work that way.
Exactly, and that's why I appreciate Chad Ocho on this kind of thing, because that's the common sense thing. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So I had a request to check this one out, and I think this will be kind of funny now that we know the result. So this one is from Blacktop Buckets, and it's titled "Luka Doncic has clutch sports in a meltdown." And the irony is we know now, as of a couple of days ago, the Lakers signed AR to a huge deal, and that potentially means that LeBron is going to be out of LA, and we all have our guesses. I'm seeing them all in the comments. Some of us are guessing he's going to Cleveland, others are guessing he's going to Miami, others to Golden State, etc. But this all happened because, well, as we know, Rich Paul was not getting phone calls. LeBron was not getting phone calls from the Lakers. They weren't talking. It's very clear that these new owners wanted nothing to do with him, and they were ready to move forward. It happened. I thought it was pretty evident that this was going on and they were going to give AR big money. They did exactly that, which means he's gone. But what Blacktop is going to cover is going to be from a couple of days ago, before that all went down. And I'm very curious to see, because I know I missed a lot of this phase when I was on my break. So I'm excited to see what he conjured up here as far as what went down with AR and the Lakers and Clutch Sports. So anyways, you guys, as I always do, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description of this video. You also see a list of channel members. Shout out to each and every one of you. I appreciate you all. And guys, without further ado, I say let's get to it. Like the video if you could. Hype the video if it's a video you think deserves hype. And let's rock.
Luka said he wants a A-list center. He already said he don't want to get rid of AR. He want AR to stay there. I mean, damn, what they supposed to do?
The likelihood of you...
Wait, before he goes on, I remember, Luka made it very clear. He said it was pretty insulting to DeAndre Ayton as well, because he was basically saying, I need a guy who can run the pick and roll and a guy who can block shots. Like, that's it. Like, such a low baseline that he's asking for. But yeah, that guy is not LeBron James, and that's not DeAndre Ayton. They need to use that money, that $52 million that they were paying LeBron, and they need to get themselves a good big. Luka has the same vision for the Lakers. I think a lot of us do. Perimeter is covered. They need some in the paint presence now.
Likelihood of you signing AR and signing a championship, Kessler, or bringing in Duran, that's not and top of your salary.
That mean you don't plan on having Bron back.
Of course. It's so crazy that like these guys are supposed to be like professionals. This is what they do for a living. And they're acting surprised about this. Guys, us amateurs, how long have we been saying in the comments, this is the end of the ropes? Like, this is the end of the road for him when it comes to the Lakers.
Luka can't score enough points. And then he and Austin Reeves are liabilities in clutch situations.
So Luka Doncic was asked what he wanted to see from the Lakers as far as improving the roster, and his immediate response was that he wanted an A-list center. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows DeAndre Ayton isn't the answer.
Nope.
Well, mostly everyone knew that from the beginning. Luka wants a lob threat. He wants rim protection. They're looking into Jalen Duren. They're looking into Walker Kessler. Luka also said he would like to continue playing with Austin Reeves, who the Lakers should be careful not to overpay. But those comments, of course, pissed off the LeBron James media, since LeBron wants a max contract, and adding an A-list center while keeping Reeves would make LeBron the odd man out.
Okay, now that's the craziest thing. I can understand if LeBron was asking for $20 million a year. I can get that. Fine if he just he leverages his numbers. Look at the numbers I'm producing. I deserve $20 million. Compare me to other players that are blah, 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 blah. That nonsense. Even though I know those numbers are, those are watered down freaking numbers. But either way, I can understand that at the negotiation table. But him asking for a max contract, in my opinion, straight up, because I know the Lakers don't want him back. And if I was the owner of the Lakers, The second I heard max contract is what you wanted, I would just say we're not going to find any balance here because I'm going to offer you like $10 million. So, it's just not going to work out, LeBron. Oh, good luck in free agency. I hope you find what you're looking for, and I hope you find that max pay, but it ain't going to be here. Cut and dry, simple.
Having to do that, though, think about it now. Having to do that and compete for another championship, you can't go to another team and then take max dollars thinking you're going to be able to help. That's not going to work. It's not going to work that way.
Exactly. And that's why I appreciate Chad Ocho on this kind of thing, because that's the common sense thing. All the greatest winners of all time, you think Michael Jordan, you think Tim Duncan, you think I think Larry Bird did it. Man, and that's just in one sport. But you guys know, like I think Tom Brady did it. Like I think he's well renowned for taking less money in order to win. The people who are out there really trying to win first and everything else second, those guys are willing to take a pay cut, especially when you're worth like $1.5 billion like LeBron. So the thing is I'm not saying he shouldn't ask for his money. What I'm saying is it's very clear to me at this point that he doesn't care about winning. The guy just wants to get rich, richer than rich. He's Richie Rich over here, because to be like worth 1.5 bill and still wanting max pay when you're on your last, probably your last season, wouldn't you want to go out with a championship? I don't know, man. Everyone different.
For LeBron looks at it, it's like my job to fix your salary cap and put a team together. You know what I bring.
First of all,
well, and then for the owners and the GM, it's not their job to put a winning team together if you took all the money. Two sides to every coin, right?
Why doesn't LeBron take a pay cut? Why does he want the max? He's a billionaire. He has all the money he could ever want and more. Mm-hmm. Now, he did just have a great season. He bought into the third option before going back to the first option after injuries. But why is he playing both sides? Either he wants to sacrifice and go all in on a championship, or he just wants to get paid and put up numbers. Of course, he said before he's willing to take a pay cut if the Lakers add some pieces, but that's not how that works. You don't add role players before your max star signs and then work a deal based off who you added.
Agreed. Yeah. How's that supposed to work? So he's asking for max pay, but then they're going to use the budget to get a whole bunch of players like LeBron is asking for, beef up the roster, but then there's no money left for you, buddy. Now we have a winning team without you. You can go ahead and leave now.
That puts a lot of pressure on the front office to make terrible moves in limited time, which LeBron has done before. But no, the max player takes a pay cut, which then gives you the flexibility to pay other players in the offseason, at the trade deadline, and in the buyout market.
Yeah.
But LeBron knows that. Rich Paul knows that. Everyone knows that. When Tim Duncan was taking pay cuts, he took them right away, and that allowed them to sign players like LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yep.
When Dirk Nowitzki...
And guess what? None of these guys made a big deal out of it. They never brought it up. It had to get brought up to them in interviews or whatever, podcasts and stuff like that. People have asked them about it, and they've responded. But they never go out and make a big deal about it. They just accept the terms and they say, yeah, I want to win first.
He took around $100 million in pay cuts. It was always to add more players and keep them under the luxury tax so they could continue to improve the roster.
Yep.
There's not a player that says, well, I would take a pay cut if only. The only reason LeBron and Rich Paul say that is to control the narrative. So they can complain after the season about the roster not being good enough when they don't win.
Yep, they can blame the organization just like they did, in Cleveland. And it's funny because a lot of basketball fans bought into the BS. Did you guys not see Cleveland doing everything they could to figure out what LeBron wants and give it to him? They gave him everything he could ask for. But every year it's not enough. Same thing's been going on with the Lakers. Guy wins a championship in LA and then immediately is asking for more. And then what happens? They end up blowing up the team. That's when they got Russell Westbrook in there and everything just went to all hell and they end up missing the playoffs. Is that the organization's fault? It was LeBron James who wanted it. You tell me. In my opinion, it still is the organization's fault because they shouldn't have listened to him. But they did. The fact is LeBron got what he wanted and it was bad for the organization.
even with LeBron taking a large chunk of the cap.
We were not outworked. They didn't out-physical us. They didn't outsmart us. We were out-talented.
I am not.
That is a BS excuse. We were out-talented. You're supposed to be you're the self-proclaimed greatest of all time, and you're saying you got out-talented by a skinny SGA and an even skinnier Chet. Really? Really?
Interested in. I'm not.
Can you imagine Michael Jordan losing to the Sixers or something back in the day and being like, yeah, we got out-talented by what, Sean Bradley?
Interested in him not playing for a championship and being a third option.
But why would the Lakers even give LeBron the max? Why would they invest in a 42-year-old who's going to play 1, maybe 2 seasons if he really pushes it? That guarantees they have no chance to win.
Yeah.
And why would Luka demand the Lakers to pay LeBron James, who's on his way out the door and plays the same role he does when they need a center and other improvements? I don't get it. The Lakers should be building a contender around Luka. This has been the plan all along.
Yes.
If LeBron wants to stay on the team, he needs to take a smaller, more team-friendly deal. Luka Doncic and the Lakers need to make the best decision for the team.
And the future. Yeah, you don't sacrifice your entire future for 1 year, especially when that 1 year is actually going to harm you. Like, it's not going to benefit that 1 year either. The Lakers are in a position to go, like, there's nothing here. There's nothing for the Lakers to want or desire with anything to do with a deal with LeBron. He gives nothing at this point. He's asking for everything and he's giving nothing. It's enough is enough.
Not for LeBron.
Think about it now. Having to do that and compete for another championship, you can't go to another team and then take max dollars thinking you're going to be able to help.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. It's not going to work that way. Now, if you just want to go off into the sunset, getting as much as you can based on what your true value is, then yes, okay.
Cool video. Very cool video. And now we know where everything's settled. So very, very cool to see this and hear this. Because, I don't know, to me, it's any reasonable business person would come to these decisions. The only way you wouldn't come to these decisions is if you owed favors, okay? And that's why if Jeannie was still in charge, and I'm not bad-mouthing Jeannie, I defend her on certain things, but Jeannie seemed to feel like she owed him a favor because he delivered a championship. And she really wanted a championship back in LA for obvious reasons, to establish themselves again. And, whether we take that bubble championship serious or not, a championship was delivered, So I always felt like she owed him a favor and she wouldn't be able to make a harsh decision like what needs to be made here. Now, the current owners, the new owners, they're the owners of the LA Dodgers. They have no association with LeBron. They owe him no favors. They have no history. In fact, all they probably see is this guy's like creating a whole bunch of drama and nonsense with the team at all points, and he's making $52 million. Why would we continue doing this? That's the way I see it, with a simple business perspective, where it's like, why would we continue doing this when it's going to hurt our outcome? Why not use that money, bring somebody in who can actually make us a contender again, and who's not every single season after they get eliminated go, oh yeah, well they were just better than us. I'm not going to lose any sleep about it. Well, you know what? You sound like a minimum paid player. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, well, I just come off the bench. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like the 12th man on a roster. That's what he sounds like. Well, yeah, I only had 5 minutes a game to make an impact. So, it's hard for me to really say, that kind of stuff. And when you're a starter and you're making that amount of money, no, the responsibility falls on you. And that's the thing that he's been able to escape for years. And that's why I would not want him anywhere near my team or my franchise. You want the guy who's making the most money to be the most accountable. That's obvious, right? This is common sense stuff. But in this case, he wants all the money, but zero accountability. Not going to fly for me. Anyways, guys, go check out Blacktop Buckets. Link is down below in the description. I am out of here for today. Hype the vid if you thought it was a good one. Like the vid on the way out if you forgot before. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Most importantly, it's to be water, my friends. Peace out.